Hey everybody, how you doing? This is Barry. This Sith Lord is a metalhead. On today, December 28th, 2022. Hope everybody's doing good. Hope everybody had a great Yuletides season over the weekend, Christmas, whatever the hell you want to call it at this point now, but it's still going to be Yuletide to me. Um, Hope everybody's doing well. It's been a little bit, and we got some good stuff coming up. Good stuff coming up. We're just about a week away from the first episode of season 2 of the Bad Batch. Um, there's been a lot of discussions about the Bad Batch and some of the stuff that we've been seeing. We already know that Commander Cody's gonna be in it, and it's gonna be a lot of talks about, I guess, basically how the rest of the clones are already starting to feel about Order 66, and I guess whether the chips are gonna start dissolving, or there's gonna be some massive things going on with the clones. There's always, we've all been talking about how much further they were going to take the Bad Batch. I mean, realistically, we just got to be real about the storyline. We already know that pretty much all the clones get pretty much wiped out or died or eliminated or whatever Palpatine does to pretty much, he doesn't have any use for them no more. Except for the ones that we know that survived and they popped up in, you know, Star Wars canon. Or we can't even say canon anymore because we don't even know if anything's going to hold true to whatever we used to read or don't read. Fucking Disney. Anyway, but yeah, there's been talk about the Bad Batch where they talk about leading into certain storylines for other shows coming up. Um, One of the theories I have, I don't think anybody's really spoken about this theory. Well, no, some people have. I mean, it always goes through with Omega, and that there's going to possibly be a chance of her meeting Boba. I mean, technically now we know that's his twin sister. That's his sister. And we're wondering, considering the fact that Fennec Chan, you know, met Omega, basically, uh, there's speculation, or at least my speculation, not nothing official, that the talk of Boba Fett season 2, which I think it is gonna be going through. It's getting pushed. They might use the storyline with Omega, and maybe she gets introduced. I don't know how they're gonna do it, considering that she's supposed to, I don't, look like him. I don't know how they're gonna do that. But it would be interesting to see if she was to come up in season 2 of Boba Fett and see how that goes about. Because we already heard Tamir Morrison talking about how he's want to bring back the old badass Boba that we want, and I'm hoping for that. I really am. We all are. We were very disappointed in season 1 that we didn't get that Boba Fett which we were craving for. We got Boba Fett, trying to be a good crime lord, which doesn't go. I mean, I don't know. Yeah, whatever. But could have been better. I mean, Boba Fett had its flaws, but it wasn't to me. It was a 50-50 show for me. Uh, we already know that Cad Bane. We know he's not dead. Okay, we know he's gonna survive that. So I'm gonna assume that Cad Bane's gonna probably have a bigger role in season 2 if and when they decide to do season 2. All right. So also, with other shows that are coming up, everybody's excited about Ahsoka. Now, I wanted to touch something about Ahsoka. I've been in a lot of the Star Wars groups, and one of the things that keep popping up when anything's mentioned about Ahsoka, there seems to be a little disdain for the way I guess because Filoni has this thing where he's Ahsoka's his, like that was his creation, and you can understand why he's always pushing Ahsoka into almost everything. I mean, I love Ahsoka. I think she's a great character. Look, if pushing her along means that I get to have all my original Star Wars the way I remember it flow, I don't see what's wrong with that. But some people, I guess, are having this little thing with, oh, that is always about Ahsoka. He just keeps pushing Ahsoka and everything. The Clone Wars was basically an Ahsoka Clone Wars show, and it is what it is, man. I mean, you know, you got to think about it like it's one of your kids. You know, if you coach your kid in a baseball game, you're more than likely gonna go and put your kid out there before another kid all the time. I mean, even if your kid is not that great, you're gonna always push your kid out there, and I think that's the way I look at it with Filoni and Ahsoka. Um, Now, there was already talk about what's gonna go on in the Ahsoka show. It's no secret that they were talking about doing these little flashback scenes where they were gonna give it the perspective of what if it was Ahsoka instead of Obi-Wan facing Anakin on Mustafar, and you know, look, I don't mind that. I think it just gives me more reason to watch. I'm sure it's going to be visually great. You're going to see Hayden Christensen again. You're going to see him with, you know, Ahsoka fighting in live action. I just want to see the live action part of it, and I know it's going to be fantastic. I really am. I don't see why it shouldn't be. And I'm just interested to see how the stories are going to go along, because we already know that Ahsoka, Mandalorian, Skeleton Crew, which is already being talked about, that all that is going to coincide with each other, and eventually we're going to get all leading to Thrawn. I've made a video about that about a year ago, about how everything's going to lead to Thrawn. Thrawn's going to be the big bad, and if Disney is smart, which we already know they're not, we know they're not smart, they could build the show up and have a climactic movie and put it out there. Now, if everything goes well with these shows and it all crosses over the right way and it leads up to Thrawn, I don't see why they can't make it a cinematic movie and put it in the theater and, you know, watch it in the big screen and see everything come together. I think that would be fantastic. But, you know, they're trying to push Disney Plus. They're trying to make money. And I guess, but hey, you're trying to get Star Wars back in the movies, you got to think about some of these things sometimes. I mean, I know something like that would be far off. I won't talk about a couple of years, but why not? I think if you did this whole, big crossover on Disney Plus, and then make one big, gigantic movie, 2.5 hour movie of everything coming together, Grogu, Din Djarin, Ahsoka, Skeleton Crew, all these people from the Disney Plus shows, Boba Fett. That would be your Star Wars version of Endgame. All right, you would have that big thing there, and it would just be, you could have more money and more things to use, and it would just look. I think it would look fabulous. But who am I? All right, but yeah. As far as that goes, hey, look, Filoni, Ahsoka, what more can we get, man? I mean, it is what it is. I'm just hoping that eventually, I know Hayden Christensen has been pushing. He would love to do a Vader style movie or no story, which I don't know if they're gonna do a movie. It would be great as a movie, showing Vader uh, in between, you know, Revenge of the Sith or Revenge of the Sith and Rogue One, and that little retro, or like right after the Obi-Wan Kenobi, maybe get something going on from there. You got a lot you can work with, man. And Vader, which I didn't understand how they didn't take advantage of Vader. Vader is the biggest character in the Star Wars universe, and when they decided to do all these spin-off movies, the Rogue One and Solo, what were they not thinking about? They could make a Vader movie, and that shit would have just made money just on the name alone. But what else can we do? Anyway, but that's it right now, guys. That's pretty much what I have. You tell me what you think. I'm looking forward to to Bad Batch and Ahsoka. We got the Mandalorian coming out also in February, which is going to be big, and basically everything's going to cross over, and we'll get Thrawn. All right. All right, so tell me what you think, guys. Also, be sure, to like and subscribe to the channel, share the channel. Also, go on to my Facebook page, This Sith Lord's Merch. I do sell Star Wars gear and other things, you know, sports, pop culture, all that good stuff. Make sure you message me. I'll be glad to give you a great deal. And, you know, just keep spreading out to the masses. All right? All right, guys. That's it right now. This is Barry. This Sith Lord is a Metalhead. I want to wish everybody a happy new year. And I hope everybody's doing well. All right? This is Barry. This Sith Lord is a Metalhead. May the Force be with you.